You need it.
Okay, I can handle
You're
it.
gonna,
Okay,
what's that, Teresa? Okay, we'll start our meeting, please. And we'll start with the calling it to order with our pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, next, the update to the agenda. Any updates?
yes. I want to update the fire permit that I wrote up. We'll discuss that tonight if we can.
Fire what?
The fire ordinance.
Ordinance,
Yeah.
okay, not a permit.
Okay, fire ordinance.
I just didn't know if you had a fire permit that you
Do you happen to bring printed copies? Because I don't have my laptop with me. If not,
I
I'll
don't
run down
have
and grab
any.
it.
I don't have any either.
I do have concerns on it. We can talk about that when we get there.
Right.
Is that it? Just the fire ordinance?
Oh, yeah. So I wanted to talk or get the board's opinion on sort of a zoning idea of establishing what I'm going to call curb appeal grants. And so that would be something I wanted to talk about with the board.
Okay. And we can discuss that as we do our collective bargaining and that thing.
Yeah.
Bruce, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
told you.
Yeah.
Perfect. Any updates? Any more updates? Anybody? Move on, public comment. Anything public comment? Okay, we'll move on to our health officer enforcement action. As we got our page in front of us.
Hi. Sorry,
Beth.
I'm at a baseball game. I'm coming down the hill. Hi. So you have that in front of you?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So according to the statutes, we will come together as the select board and myself become the Brighton Town Health Board. Are you aware of that? Like that's what we become now.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we're understanding. So we're talking about the property on Curran Avenue, and I don't know the number right off the top of my head.
38.
38.
38. Thank you. So we're talking about the property at 38 Curran Avenue. I have made multiple attempts. There's a lot of garbage. I'm sure most of you have seen it, and it's household garbage. And a certified letter was sent, but it was returned, never picked up. I have made multiple attempts to go to the property and knock on the door, and no answer. Again, today I tried before I came up to bring the order. So, with that being said, we're at a situation where if you drive by that property, you will see there is a lot of household garbage right out on the front lawn. So I'm going to have to issue that emergency health order. And it will then obviously fall on the town to pay for it to be cleaned up. And then you will then attempt to get the money, however you do that, from the property owner. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep.
Beth, I have a question, please.
Yeah, sure.
With all your attempts, and thank you very much for doing what you're doing. With all this, how are we going to go about just going to the property? Don't we still have to at least have a police officer, somebody give him I mean, are we going to get in trouble? We just walk onto the property? Do we need a policeman?
We are not going to walk onto the property.
No, but don't we still have?
You'll need an
Go ahead, Joe.
injunction. You'll need an injunction from the court, but you can
Right.
get it quick. It's a health problem. You can get that quick. Talk to our municipal attorney and
Yep.
don't delay, because when there's garbage collected in this town, there are rats. Sorry to say.
Absolutely.
Right.
The truth
And
of it.
if you look on the health order on the last page, it gives their procedural rights. So again, they have 5 days to make an appeal, but on the order itself, it does state that if you look on one of the numbers on the order, and I have researched this, that it says that these certain entities can go to the property to remedy it. However, I think with the town attorney will be able to advise us, because what happens, when you're unable to, the property owner doesn't get the order. I mean, I'm going to go put one up there tomorrow, but if they're not in the house and they don't get the order, what happens? So I guess we'll just go with whatever the town attorney advisement is.
If, Beth,
And
instead
for all
of
you know,
you
they
going
may
to the
clean
house
it up when they get the
personally,
health order.
why don't you send the cop with a certified letter to him?
Yeah, we can do that as well. But again,
I think that would be better.
I have, I have been to the property numerous of times and knocked on the door and nobody's answering.
Yeah. Well, a cop will get it to him, definitely. Even if he catches him on Main Street.
So also, Beth,
Well,
I have talked.
I think what she's done has been sufficient so far. She's following the proper procedure, so I
Good.
think you just stick to the process.
Follow the letter of the law. So will you need
Right.
us to reach out to the attorney to formalize this?
Yes. And
Well,
then
you
once,
should give the person the 5 days.
right, the 5 days.
And Beth, within that 5 days, will you
And if
have
they're
an
making
idea what it might
progress-
cost us, or cost the town, or are we concerned about that or not?
The 5 days, well, it's going to be, the costs will come to the town for however we decide, we decide as a health
Okay.
board to clean it up. I mean, there is some concerns that I would have personally about hiring, and I did speak to a property maintenance cleanup person. I'm just very concerned about maybe the safety, because we don't know what's inside of those garbage bags. I am deeply concerned about sharps and of the sorts. So, I mean, what would be better? I mean, personally, I would think the best route would be to take the bucket loader and scoop it all up. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that will be something that would be collectively done as the town, as this health board will make that decision. But I
So
am.
we don't want to wait 5 days to contact to find out what the proper channels are. We want to start that contact now.
That's probably a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to take
Get the
that?
attorney
You-
online now and explain the situation.
I do know that when I talked to Mike, he said it would be up to the select board to move this. And from what I understand with you, Beth, the quicker the better. And also with you,
Yes.
Joel, let's get this thing rolling. And it's not gonna matter, the dollar amount's not gonna matter. But he does own the property, correct?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Then let's do what we gotta do, Beth, to move this forward.
So are you contacting the lawyer or do you want me to?
I think Beth should be on the line because she's the one that has the most intimate knowledge of the situation. They're
Right,
gonna
well,
want to know. They're
is
going to
that
want to know
something
the
that
devil in
Beth,
the
you can come
details.
see Teresa about and then get that organized?
Yes.
Get with a lawyer?
Yeah, I can come down tomorrow. Does that work? Like, I can come down like around 11 tomorrow?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
Good.
So the
Yeah.
select board is not to contact anybody. You're going to work with Teresa to do that?
Yeah, it's as long as I just want the advisement from the town attorney.
Right. I'm just asking, do you want one of us there or are you good on your own?
Oh, I feel fine, unless you want to be there. Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Whatever.
now, do we need a motion to get this going? Are we gonna accept this?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to proceed with the emergency health
Be a good
order.
idea.
Yep.
I'll second it.
All in
The
favor?
emergency health order on
Oh.
38 Curran Ave.
Yep. Second, Bill?
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll see you tomorrow, Beth.
Yes, I will come down at 11, Teresa.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, thank you. And then
Thank you.
I'll send out a thing to all of you all. We'll have Teresa email you guys, okay?
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Sky looks really pretty behind her though.
I know, it's nice. I'm in Bradford. Bye.
All right, good and glad to hear that was started anyways. That's great. Okay, next up, we're gonna talk about the collective bargaining. Again, we're probably gonna need a motion for that down the road as to Bruce speaks, but he's gonna fill us in up to date and what's going on, and I think we're all ready to sign it.
I
Go,
believe that
I
it's,
think it's a done deal.
it's,
yeah,
Yeah.
we
but it's
just,
still gotta be signed.
we need to sign it.
So
We
where
have-
do they have it, the document?
We don't have to make a motion though, right?
Did
No,
you
just
receive it by email?
did get it by email. Everybody should have had a copy
Right,
of it.
but did you
Yeah,
print it?
I haven't printed it. No, I did not.
It should be a printed copy.
Let me go get my laptop and.
No, I didn't. I thought,
want me to-
I thought maybe that would have been up.
Do you have it?
I don't, but it's.
I can just run down.
Let me add one more thing to other business.
What's that? The other business or under the collective bargaining?
Put it under update to the agenda, because I want to talk about that waste management district.
I thought we're talking about that anyways.
Oh, okay.
Right? That's right after that, the waste.
Oh, okay. I didn't have an agenda, so I
Yeah.
didn't know it was on the agenda.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think we need any motions for the enforcement action, it's just a signature, but you wanted to talk about it, correct?
I think that,
You have to make.
I think you make a motion to accept the collective bargaining agreement and then you vote on it, and it should be,
I didn't, I
thought it
don't even
is.
have my damn
Vote
phone
on
on me, I don't have my laptop.
That's okay. Heather went down to get a laptop.
I thought maybe
If
that.
you want to just move on to the waste district fees until she can get that printed out,
You
we can do
wanna-
that. Come back to this.
You wanna do that, Bruce? Talk on the waste.
You really can't update the agenda in the middle of the meeting. The law says you can only update the agenda at the
We're
very
not,
start
it
of
was
the
already
meeting.
on the,
It was already on the agenda.
Not the waste management fees?
Yeah,
yeah, it is, it's not, it's down.
Oh, I'm
Next
sorry. I
one.
thought that was
No,
a
it's
new
not
thing.
added.
Sorry.
No, we're okay, we're not updating in the middle of it.
Is this something that we can talk about without Heather here, or is you wanna wait just a second or what? It doesn't matter to me, it's how everybody else,
I would wait.
let's just wait a second. There she goes. I thought maybe that was all
Got any overweight
printed out
permits?
for here, so, thank you.
She's right here.
Heather, Heather, Teresa, do we have any overweight permits today? We do, okay. So I'll know.
It'll take me a second to find this because it's buried. Do you want to jump to the next thing until I can? give you a
If
second
it's
to
okay,
find it?
we just wanted you to be in the room, that's all. We can talk about the waste district
Okay,
fee increase, Bruce?
so, so the waste management district, after the first quarter of the year is approaching about $100,000 in the hole. But that happens pretty close to that amount almost every year, because in the winter and early spring, so there's not as much recycling and stuff going on, not as much use of the landfill. And anyways, so the waste management district gets its funding from several sources. About 65% of it comes from what's called the surcharge, and that's $29.50 per ton for the stuff that goes into the landfill. Anyways, that any of the 42 towns in the waste district that send stuff to the landfill, they get charged 29, or excuse me, the haulers get charged $29.50 per ton, and that goes back into the waste district and to help fund the recycling program. Then we get about, I don't know, 6 or 8% of the funding comes from actual materials that get recycled and sold, the sale of recycled materials. And then there's some from grants. There's also the stop fee, which comes from the towns. That every time they come and pick stuff up, anyway. So that's basically the breakdown of the funding. So I think that you all got a letter from Chris Thompson, and he's the new director. And I think my sense is that he's a little worried, but this is his first year at doing this, and so he kind of thinks we need to really attack it head on with raising all kinds of fees. So he raised the stop fee from $55 per week because we get picked up every week. So it's gonna be $65 instead of $55 each week. The food scraps are going from 10.50 up to $15 for each tote. We usually average between 2 to 3 totes a week for that. And then they want to start charging for refrigerators and air conditioners. $15 for a refrigerator and $5 for air conditioners. This was covered. This was a free service to the 42 towns. Or not every town collects refrigerators. We happen to be one of the sites that collects refrigerators. The removal, which we had happen today, of the refrigerant, that's $7.50 per unit is what the guy gets paid to do that. So they want to charge $15 for each one of those and $5 for the AC units. And I think that maybe, I'd like the town to pick up that fee and still make it free for people that are residents, because I do check and make sure they're residents when they do drop something off. And I think we had our biggest crop of refrigerators this past summer, and so they just drained 50 of them today. So that's about $750 roughly. Plus they came and got the AC units, which I had about, I think 12 or something like that. So we're looking at on the high end, probably $900 a year to continue to offer that free to town residents. Otherwise, then we have to have a way to collect the money from them when they come in and do that. If it's a refrigerator, we could go with $3 $5 stickers or whatever. We have a system in place to do that. But I don't know. I just wanted the board to consider keeping that as a free thing. It's not a huge amount of money. We used to take all that stuff, from residents in bulky day and all that other stuff. So it's not something that is unheard of. Picking up the cost from that. So anyway, so that's the one thing about that. I sit on the board and waste management board, and I propose that they should be increasing the surcharge rather than all these nickel and dime fees, because we're not behind as a waste management district because we haven't been charging for refrigerators, and the stop fees have been those have been pretty much the same. So that stuff's going to pick up. I think that the clear way is if we're having a temporary shortfall till the summer kicks in and people start using the landfill a lot more. I think the prudent thing was just to increase the surcharge, and I don't know. We're going to take that up at the next meeting, how much we're going to do that, but that's something you can bring down, and you can raise it and lower it depending, without any real effects. But whenever you start increasing these things like the stop fee, the charge for refrigerators and the food scrap stuff, that's never going to go down. So it's just and it's just kind of I think in my opinion, he's overreacting to it, and we just needed to increase the surcharge. But anyways, I would like the board to consider still keeping that as free to the residents. And what would happen is when we do the collection at the end, at the end of the summers, when it usually happens, the weather prevented it this year, but they would just bill the town for however many units we had drained.
So my question is, you said you're checking for residency.
Mhm.
There's a lot of physical addresses that say Island Pond that aren't taxpayers. That aren't taxpayers to the town of Island Pond.
Right.
So how are we handling that?
a resident is a resident. So if I don't know who they are actually, that if they live in town, I would say they can, they can bring stuff.
I asked because there's a lot of people, and I know everybody said it's not a lot of people, but there was one day that I was down, like there were 5 people in the building, including myself.
Right.
3 lived in Charleston.
Yeah.
1 lived in Westmore, and there was me.
Yeah, some of the Westmore ones that are up on the hill there, they actually are part of our area. One thing about
Waste management district's one thing.
Can I make a
Property
comment?
taxpayers to town are different.
yeah, it's not a requirement of that you be a taxpayer. If you live within the district, you can use the recycling center.
Can I comment on this, please?
Sure.
As a former member of the Waste District for 20 years, this relates directly to this stop fee and these per capita fees that the district is collecting. Before that happened, the district didn't charge those fees. And it's a union compact. So we're kind of all in this together.
Yeah.
If they only increased the surcharge instead of having these other fees, then it wouldn't matter whether anybody comes to our recycling center. You could go to any recycling center in the district, but they instituted that stop fee, and now we pay according to how much we collect. So we have a concern now about people using
it's
it.
not.
But
hang on, Joel.
it shouldn't be that way in my mind.
We're always once a week, no matter what, and we've never been twice a week. So no matter how much we have there, we only get collected once a week. So we're going to pay it no matter how much we have. It's not based on how much we have.
Right, but the district could decide at some point that they need to do more than once a week to keep us up if we increase our recycling, which
Well,
we
then
have over the years.
at that point, we would maybe consider something like that.
But it's not only us, it's all the other towns too. I mean, why have that kind of a fee when you have the availability of, I'm agreeing with Bruce, by the way, that the way to do this should be to recommend that the district increase the surcharge, not to have these petty little per capita taxes and that
We
affect
are
us.
making a decision on those. We're making a decision on how to absorb those per use fees, correct?
Just for
Well, that's
refrigerators
just for
and air
the others. We
Yeah,
can't.
I say the people discarding them need to pay it.
Yeah, the refrigerator is different. I think Bruce is right because that's local. That's not a district thing so much as our recycling. I mean, not every town does that, right?
Not every town does that, right?
Bruce, are you saying that you just do not be the one to collect because it might cause an
Who's
issue or what?
Able to collect.
You
that.
can't.
So
That has to be a problem. How do you do?
No,
do that.
like I said, you can do, if it's $15 for a refrigerator, you can do 3 $5 stickers.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a way. I mean, they buy the stickers at one of the.
Well, we might have to put a notice up at the recycle center that you'll have to come to the town clerk's office to get a $15 sticker
Or the
or
grocery store or the hardware store.
Yeah. There's,
wherever they're being sold. Correct. Right.
well, 3. Yeah. They could do.
The only
I
problem.
think the better idea is to put it in the budget. Just put that money in the budget and don't make people have to go through
It's
that
not a lot of
process.
money.
No, it's what'd you say?
They'll just end up on their porch somewhere in their backyard or.
This was a banner. This was a banner year that we had.
On the side of the road, then we pay twice as much to go get it off the side of the road.
You're going to end up, I'm going to be fishing about 30 tires out of the ravine over there on 5 Mile Square Road there that someone just dumped there.
So Bruce, what are you asking us here today? You said you got to meet with this guy again next week to find out exactly what's going to happen with the cost, how they're going to.
No. It is a cost. Either we charge the individual that bring it, or the town picks up the cost for town residents.
Okay, so tonight, are we looking for a motion to absorb that $800 or $900 as we speak tonight?
That would be great, or you can.
You can. I mean, it's not budget time yet, but.
Well, it's just what do we do meantime? What do we do meantime?
We are making a considerable amount of money on the trash program, so I mean, I think it won't even. I don't even think it would affect the bottom. I don't think it would be an additional cost to the town. I think we're making enough money right now, to fully fund it. With the trash program that we have.
If you want to fund it more, you'd put it in put another $1,000 in the waste management budget, right? I mean, that's probably what you
Right,
could do.
but I think,
But you
I
don't
think
need to
it's
do that.
covered.
You don't need to do that till next year, right?
Well, we're gonna be collecting them this summer.
Yeah.
So,
The decision tonight has to be made if we're gonna do a per use fee. Or if we're going to allow them to come in.
Allow them to come in free.
I personally think we need to double check. The resident, I mean, I know you said you're checking for residency, which yes, renting is a resident.
Yeah.
But not necessarily having an Island Pond address even on your,
well, if they have a driver's license and they show me a driver's license and it's here in Island Pond.
How about a property owner that pays the taxes? They
But
should,
he's not gonna know every property owner.
right,
That's right.
that's
That's
what
why
I'm
I'm-
saying, is
yeah.
Well,
you have
I mean-
people that live in Charleston who have Island Pond addresses, you have people who live in Westmore with Island Pond addresses. So
Well, if
looking at their mail, looking at their driver's license is not an adequate way to,
no, I agree with you there. But we gotta do something to take and find out of anybody that pays taxes in town of Brighton should be able to dump down there without a price. And we gotta figure out,
that's what I'm asking, yeah.
Yeah.
and we gotta
if
figure out how to do that.
if we can come up with a, you know, I mean, I don't know, a list of, if they can provide an address that they live at.
I can give you a copy of the grand list.
Yeah,
I'll give you a
that,
copy.
there you go. Yeah, and that would have, if I don't know the person personally, I could check the grand list or,
I say, I mean, people renting an apartment would still have the address on the list.
Yeah.
But
Say I rent from such and such a
Yeah.
person.
I live at this physical address. Yep.
I mean,
So
it's,
it's not only taxpayers, it's taxpayers and renters. Is that right?
Right.
Resident-
Well,
resident.
renters are taxpayers by proxy because
yeah,
I don't rent my properties
Right.
without accounting for the fact that I'm paying
Absolutely.
non-resident tax rate on the property.
So,
Even if you're, I'm sorry,
no, go ahead, Trish, I'm
I
sorry.
mean, if you're a renter, you're gonna know who your landlord is.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have a
If you don't-
refrigerator, I wanna bring it down here and I'm gonna say I rent from who I rent from.
Well, I believe that all the select board feels as you do, Joe, what you're talking, just add that to the increase of the budget. Now, whether or not we need to take this under consideration tonight or wait till next meeting.
Well, you
and-
could make a motion to approve the expenditure of the cost of getting rid of the refrigerators.
I'll make a motion to approve the expenditure for getting rid of refrigerators and air conditioners for those people who live in the town of Brighton, own property in the town of Brighton, or rent directly an apartment within the town of Brighton
Good
at the
one.
recycling facility. Does that
Good
cover
one.
them?
Free of charge.
the only other thing I would add to that is, if they have a business in town too, you know.
And the property owners.
Yeah, property owners.
Business owners are property owners.
Okay, got it.
Hey, let's,
I'll
motion
second it.
remains second, all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion passed. Okay, thank you, Bruce.
I think I think it goes a long way to, you know, people want to know what their tax dollars are paying for, and that kind of helps out a lot. The other,
Now we'll move Bruce to the collective bargaining. Is that what we're gonna?
if we got it ready to sign, we can do it. Or,
We're gonna move on a little bit further from that one.
We are?
the collective bargaining thing.
Yep, Teresa's gonna go do something.
Okay.
Okay, so,
Sorry.
okay. The other thing I've been working on is
Brighton, hold up.
oh, okay. The other thing I want the board to consider is, I would like to start I'm gonna call it a curb appeal grant program that, residents of, you know, or we'll say property owners, residents, whatever that they can apply to the town, for a grant, and the basic function of this grant would be to remove debris from their property. And I've got a pretty good price from one of the haulers that I know. He's going to have 4 roll-off containers that he'll rent for, you know, he'll leave for up to 2 weeks at the site. He will charge $450, including the first ton of debris. So a weight ton.
You explain debris to me. I know what you.
Okay, so let's say like you have, okay, and this goes back to like the zoning thing, because There's two ways you can get people to clean up their properties. You can try the carrot method, which is what I consider the carrot method. And then there's the stick method. The stick method can ultimately be costly if you have to involve lawyers and they're sort of related because a lot of the debris at that one property that Beth was speaking about could just go into a trash dumpster. But anyways, basically the grant would cover the fees for the hauler to leave that dumpster there, and then the property owner, the person living there, can clean that property up, put it in the dumpster, and it can be hauled away. It could also be, I mean, it could also be, I'm calling it a curb appeal grant. They could also be to fix things on their front of their properties, paint, porches, whatever, anything that dresses up the property a little. But the main focus would be to get rid of debris from the property. And I think that the grants would be, whatever we can put toward that. Remember, we used to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on bulky day years ago, and people could bring whatever. But I think, we can all agree that a lot of stuff has accumulated around town, and maybe this would go, toward remedying that situation. I would say that the select board would review the grant applications and decide which is the best expenditure of the funds, and they could also decide how much of the funds available. I'm thinking it's roughly about $500 per roll off, when you consider weight fees and all of that. So maybe the grant, if it's a cleanup grant, would be about $500 grant, but it would be we wouldn't just hand them the money. It would be, for the roll off. And if it's for something other than just cleaning up debris, then, they would submit receipts and all of that. And I'm happy to administer some of it, toward that. But anyways, just to start a conversation about this kind of a program and see if we can make it work.
I skipped a page so you got my hand scratching.
Much.
I have my pen back. So question, is this from the zoning perspective or from recycling or just as a town resident?
Well, I think obviously I wear multiple hats, but,
Right.
but anything on the property that is recyclable would be recycled.
Yeah.
And it would just be the stuff that would go into trash, would go into that dumpster. So, it'd be a process. It's going to take some work to figure out the logistics of it, but I just wanted to get kind of the feel, and it's not going to happen right away. But just to kind of get a feel for how the board feels like that. If you guys feel like no way, no how, I was thinking about taking a petition and bringing it to the folk at town meeting.
Where would we be securing the funding from?
So we're making quite a bit of profit on the trash. So
Which offsets a lot of things, including labor that
Well,
keep it open.
yeah, what I don't understand, you just said a curb
So
grant. So where's that? Where's the grant? Who
Well, that-
applies the grant?
that's-
So the person living or the property owner, whatever, that has the problem at their property, they would apply for the grant. So when I send out a warning letter saying, hey, you've got a lot of debris at your property, but hey, you could apply for this town grant to clean up your property, and it provides this. So it's sort of like it's the carrot and stick approach. You say, hey, you've got a mess there.
Is this a select board or a planning commission? Is planning oversees
The-
zoning,
Well,
correct?
the planning board said to send it to you guys
It would have to come.
So,
because it was
because my
Because it involves
questions
money.
are like, where's the money coming from?
That's
Yeah.
Town
Where's the
taxpayer
account?
money.
So the money be coming from town taxpayers.
Yes.
Who would be administering the grant approval process?
the select board. So you would, in other words,
Who's keeping the accounting?
so that would be something that we would talk about. I mean, how we would do this. I mean, and I'm just bringing an idea forward that I think has some value, and I think we could all probably agree that this could work if we put some energy and some thought into it.
And what would be like the qualifications?
Well, that's again, need to talk about them. I would say mostly it would be, places that have a lot of stuff that needs to get removed from the property. You know,
So this is a
So it's gonna-
grant
Mhm.
that the taxpayers pay to allow a property owner to accumulate large volumes of trash unnoticed until they have a zoning violation. And then once they get to a certain level of zoning violation, my tax money pays a portion of their cleanup.
so I would say in a situation like that, you would deny the grant to that person because that would be an abuse of the process. I would think that the board would look more to someone who financially cannot afford a retainer to maybe you're tearing down an old shed or something like
Oh,
that.
But then I'm going to, okay, so I've got a shed on my house. I'm going to pull it off. Now I'm going to ask somebody else to pay my cleanup bill. Who's to determine what need is?
Right. Well,
What are the qualifications?
yeah, exactly. That's
Um,
what we would need to discuss. That would be part of a discussion.
I'm going to say personally that I would have, this seems like an extensive, I would need qualifications,
Sure.
income level,
It's-
savings. And I don't think as a select board member, I do not want to ever find myself in a situation where I am looking at the intimate financial details
No. Yeah.
of of somebody in town to be able to make a decision. And that grant,
Yeah, that wouldn't be.
if it's going to be income based, if it's going to be anything like that, absolutely out of the scope of what I would want a select board member doing and what I would be willing to do myself personally.
And I don't think it should come from every taxpayer's money.
No,
Yeah. Well, I think
if there's,
I think that should be individual person that has to get it cleaned up, should have to pay.
so. Anyways, I'm just thinking that that process was tried with very unfortunate results. I mean, I don't think this I don't think it worked when we did it strictly as a zoning situation. And if we go back to the history of zoning,
I just feel myself too, as the taxpayers paying this, well, I feel like she does, just if I gotta tear down my barn, I shouldn't expect the taxpayers to take this. But I'm also afraid, Bruce, that if you get into some of these situations, some of these homes, and now they're going out back and bringing stuff back up front again, the abusive part of this of, just
well, there's a
cleaning
limit
up
to it.
every other month or so.
I mean, we wound out, there's a reason bulky day went away.
You-
It was because there was abuse.
Yeah.
It wasn't well managed.
And
That's my
there was
opinion.
significant abuse. We attempted to do permits. Permits wound up having people still violating them.
Well,
Um,
I attended almost every. I helped out at almost every single bulky day, and yeah, it was not well run.
I mean, what I would
Could have
say
been.
is if I saw and I'd hate to see somebody put that much effort into it, but based off what I'm hearing,
It would
I
be a
don't-
one time. It would be a one. They
I
can
don't-
only get the grant once. It would be something that we take, for example, you've got a property and there's stuff on it, and it's been on it for years. Okay, and it's placed there. They clean it up. It doesn't. I mean, the ultimate choice is going to be from as the select board. They're going to be able to. They'll be able to decide, is this valid, and so you bring all of your knowledge as to what surrounds this property into the decision making process.
in order to even begin this, I mean, this would have to be an
Oh.
extensive,
The paperwork alone.
extensive program.
Yeah.
It would have to, based off what you're presenting me today, there's not enough information for me to say yay, nay.
Well, what I'm just saying is it something that we would like to move. I would move forward with trying to figure it all out.
If there was some source of funding other than
Source of funding.
out of
So if we
taxpayers,
did, for example, all returnable bottles and stuff that
those are already committed to an organization.
I got that, but I mean there is we could get donations to it. We could You could fund it from the trash program.
But the trash program is already being paid to
That's,
pay. for
and we're
other-
taking more and more each time out of that
Oh,
program.
But is
Like
it
what-
trash related? See
Yeah,
that?
I mean, the trash and recycling center has additional costs that people don't count in. I mean, I would have to see a full drawn out, but I don't don't feel that putting the maintenance, I mean, you said stuff about painting homes. I don't,
Whatever, I mean,
if there's
I was-
if there's a
ideas.
community organization that wants to, outside of here, make a club that says, hey, we go paint your house. I would probably even volunteer for that group, but
Well-
I don't feel comfortable obligating
Yeah.
taxpayer money.
So
for that
is
sort of
this,
thing.
so then I would just bring it up as an issue for town meeting then, so that the voters decide.
As everything's going now with the taxes where they are.
I hear you.
It's going us
Yep.
down. I wouldn't dare to even talk to anybody about, using our tax dollars to clean up somebody's. I mean, we're all homeowners.
Well, we used to use our
Clean-
tax dollars.
No, Bruce,
for
but we're all
bulk
homeowners
And
here.
that
clean
was
up our
costing
yards.
us, what was it, $17,000 or $18,000 a year to
Right,
have
and
that?
this is.
It was
yeah,
absorbent.
This would be nowhere near.
I mean, I would have to see a complete analysis, including the amount of administration, if we have time to administer that just the accounting
I mean, just-
on our accounting staff, they're already overstressed.
Yeah.
Just out of, like the waste management district, other towns. I mean, there's nine scheduled bulky days in other towns this year. And the waste management district, just so you know, waste management district is sending crew out to these bulky things, not charging the towns any money. And they're sitting there taking all the returnables from the stuff that's brought in. And so they're paying 3 employees to sit there on a Saturday at everybody's collective expense for some other town that's having a bulky day. And
So then why aren't you approaching us
Yeah,
as
why?
a representative on the?
Come here.
I've opposed that
Why aren't you approaching having them come here if we're so concerned about that?
because we don't have bulky day.
We don't have bulky day in the sense that before we were paying the bill entirely and it was ran out of hours.
Yeah.
And that's entirely different than what
So that came out.
some of the other towns are doing.
That came out of because they don't want to see hazardous waste going into the bins that are there for the bulky day. They don't want to see tires going in. They don't want to see. But what I'm saying is the waste management district is spending our money in this way that other towns are benefiting from this because they're having bulky day and they get these guys there helping out.
The other towns in the same waste
I'm
management
just saying-
district that they have hazmat days. I don't see those here.
I'm just yeah.
So I mean, where does we draw the line? We either need to.
taxpayer money is being spent to clean up other people's trash. That's what I'm just saying. So
But if the waste management district at no cost, additional cost to the town, does one bulky day in a town a year, have one bulky day here and follow their waste management district. Bring us that presentation.
and-
If they're doing a hazmat day and it's no additional cost to the taxpayers, as the waste management district representative, I would expect
I've
to
heard-
have us asking or
I voted
approaching
against
us.
having any more satellite. I voted against, having any more satellite waste, hazardous waste sites because there's an extreme cost to that when they can go anytime down the line. So, it's,
I understand what you're saying, Bruce, and I think it's a great idea too, but this is something I really, myself as a select board member, I wouldn't really want to make that decision. If we're gonna do something like that, we'd have to have all the information
Yep.
and then bring it to the voters,
Yeah.
I believe.
and that's what I think.
That's how I feel about it, so.
I want to say just one more thing, okay? You're talking about a grant to clean up,
Uh-huh.
okay? Well, you just wrote a letter last week to a person's property that's got to be cleaned up and torn down and whatnot.
Right.
Now, if we do a grant for that property, then it's all on the taxpayers' dollars, and that shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's a little bit more extensive tearing down a building,
Yeah, but
but I was only following up on someone else's, they started the process.
when you started saying that you'll clean up, if they knock it down and leave it there, then it's a cleanup. So,
Not with it's right now they're in violation.
so yeah, but what I'm saying is, okay,
$100 a day. to
Yeah.
Cleaned up.
but if they were to knock it down and then want to apply for a grant, it's a cleanup. And then it's on our taxpayer dollars. And I do not go along with that. Our tax bills are high enough without adding any more to them.
Well, ultimately, I think what's going to happen with that property is it's going to be the town doing it anyway.
Well, but
Where's
that,
that? Over here?
Well, we'll
that's
put a lien,
another,
we'll
Well,
put a
yeah,
lien
that's
on that.
exactly right.
We'll clean
You
it,
put a lien on it.
we'll
That's
clean it
another-
up, and we'll put a lien on it.
Yeah.
that's another thing there, Bruce. That's something altogether
Well,
different.
the lien would cover the cleanup of anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
But-
down the road, but I mean, this, and you might find that 90% of this is gonna be taken care of before this happens. Again, we'll find out more as Beth
I don't know.
goes on this, but not,
Well, this-
I mean,
No,
if you want,
different one.
if you want to dig up some more information on that, Bruce, a little more and bring it up to the meeting again, but and thanks for the input and thanks for letting us know what your thoughts are or anything, but I really don't think it's the selectman's job to
So sorry.
take care of that. You'll have to go back to the
Yeah,
voters.
I think, yeah, so I can bring it up at town meeting.
Okay.
As a issue, if we get is it a petition or would the select board put it on, would the select board put it on the warning, or does it need to be handled by petition?
I would need a full proposal. Like I can't say, can we do a grant program and honestly make a decision from that? I need to
Right.
see. I need to see more than just, I want to do
So you're
and
not,
see.
so if it's all worked out,
I have to see detail.
because there's three ways. I mean, either the select board can approve directly the funds. They can put on the warning and the select board can put on the warning and the voters can decide, or it can be done, it can be put on the ballot by petition. So what I'm just saying is if we work it all out, is the select board okay with putting it on the warning?
I would
We're
like,
still-
And letting it to the voters, or does it?
We need more information. We
I
gotta see
would,
proposal.
if you gave a full complete proposal
Okay,
and it made sense and it was logical,
Mhm.
so
sure, proceed, put it on the warning.
so basically,
If it's still gaps in, just say,
Yeah.
here's a grand idea.
so we're looking at funding source. In other words, how would it be funded? Okay,
How much money would be needed?
how much, well, how much it would cost, how many grants or whatever we do each year.
Who's
how-
gonna facilitate it?
Qualifications for the grant. Who's
Facilitating,
administering the grant?
facilitating, okay, administering, and then, also, the criteria.
And who's doing the accounting and what is the cost associated with it?
Administering it, the cost.
Well, the
and
accounting,
criteria.
just accounting versus administering. Here's the one that I've gotten 16 applications. Here's what they are. They did their follow-up. That's different than just I'm doing the checks and making sure that I'm
So we follow it all under administrative stuff. I mean, like that
like
kind
there, but those are all the different,
of, how's it
like,
gonna run?
I need to see exactly how it's gonna run, what the qualifications are to
Yeah, but-
apply.
Right, okay. So
I mean,
I
this,
have more than
to
one.
narrow it down, how's it all gonna be administered? What's the funding? And then what's the criteria?
Who's just gonna oversee all this and then proposals of everything that you're asking to do, but it's like, and it's gotta be detailed out to see what it's all gonna.
All right.
Come about and who's gonna take care. It's gonna be touch and go on. It could upset a few people.
yeah,
That's why I,
But
ultimately, like the dollar amount.
Ultimately, it's gonna be on the warning, and then voters vote on it. I mean,
that's what I was.
voters, I mean, obviously, every year we vote on giving money to charity. And, some people might not want that charity. I mean, but
So
it's democratic, right?
I would not put it onto the warning without some meat and potatoes behind it.
That's what,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I'm not comfortable as a select board making that decision.
right. So it's something you want to, no matter what, we send to the voters.
I'd like to go that route and again, have all the meat and potatoes right on in front of everybody so we can see how it's gonna get orchestrated.
And what it will cost.
Okay, you're signing?
So Teresa has a packet.
I am so sorry. It was sent to my email. Totally forgot.
I only got an email that said,
What's that?
it is sent to Teresa's
whole
email.
I
Oh,
should have
no,
printed
well, I
this
thought it was
out.
gonna be,
My fault. I apologize. I
As
do.
long as we got something here to sign, does that, can we move on to that, Bruce?
I will, can I see the date on that thing?
When we all read it, right?
I will make a motion
Yeah.
to approve the union contract between the town of Brighton and the AFS CME Local 2413 Northeast Kingdom of the Vermont AFL-CIO dated July 1st, 2026 through July 30th, 2029 as written.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
That's okay. Thank you very much. Just keep flashing back all you want.
Yay,
What you're here for.
stepping on toes.
Flashback.
Mike might even be willing to give you the job back.
All right, so the motion's been made and passed. There will all we gotta do. Bruce, is there anything that you want to say about this before the signing? Anything at all? You
I
good?
don't think so.
Don't have to?
I think, it
Everything come out?
could go pretty smoothly in successive years because, now we've got, the first year was a little, because so much of it had to be written down. Now it's just slight tweaks and stuff like that. It's basically,
20th.
benefits and
It is 20th.
salaries now, it's not that, most of the logistics of it all has been worked out.
I'm already jaded.
Yeah, I think everybody was satisfied the way that was outcome, so that's great.
We even got less of a raise than the other town employees did, so, yeah. We
Oh,
cost
the
them
tree's
less.
now fixed. The tree that was in the roads, all taken care of.
What was that, the stake?
All I got is it's taken care of. So whether it was ours or the state's, I got it. It's taken care of.
Safety issue, good.
Sorry for holding everybody up on that. I forgot.
All your fault.
Sent to my.
It's okay. Now you have to
It-
tolerate
it is-
my
well,
pen scratching.
That's okay.
I'm available to translate if needed.
Totally forgot that it was sent to my email.
Now you can forgive me for my mistake this morning.
Yeah. Feedback.
And then that goes to
And then-
Bruce, right? Yep.
We're all said to.
No red pens, right?
Red pen.
Black pen?
That was my fault. I grabbed the red one. Didn't pay much attention.
Okay, can we move on? Can I get a motion for me to sign overweight permits, please?
I'll make a motion for Mike Tester to sign the
Thank you.
overweight permits.
I'll
Second.
second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce.
And, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bruce.
Oh,
Yes.
I might catch with butt crack it on like 6:30, right? I might be able to catch you before 7:30 when I go to work.
Okay.
I has questions.
2 or 3, Teresa?
Just two.
Just 2.
Pay orders.
All the hats.
There you go. And we're looking at pay orders?
It's the Bruce of all trades.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this town, we don't have a jack of all trades. We have a Bruce of all trades.
Many pay orders this time.
Oh,
Holy
that's sad.
smokes. It's some postage. Postage expensive.
Did we get, Teresa, do you know if we got our internet over at the fire station now? That all up and running, do you know?
Yes,
That and the welcome center too?
I don't know about the welcome center.
Welcome Center has its little thingamajigger out there, but we don't know if it's
Yeah,
actually wired or
Yeah,
not.
it's not wired yet.
Okay.
The thingamajigger is having a hard time seeing the other thingamajigger.
Yeah, I thought there was a issue, but the fire station, I got a straight shot, I guess. That's good. Save a little
Yeah,
there.
because I'm using the Selectboard, down in my office. It's much faster than what the other one was.
Printed the minutes. You give me the date.
May 6th. 2026. When I went to go see the date, my watch said 6:20 and I knew it was the 20th. That's why I started.
Boy, off-road diesel is a cheap visit.
I don't know.
Bill's got something.
Nothing's cheap these days.
Holy shit.
Sorry, we'll be back to war here in a couple of days. Straighten it out. Jeez. Mess.
I can't believe I forgot that was in there. I was like, I'll have it.
Means you're overstressed.
She doesn't have anything else to think about.
No, she got nothing on her plate.
And I have a few people that come in and say, can I ask you a question?
You tell them it'll cost you $1. Hey,
I
that's how we
resemble
can
that
fund all
remark.
the programs.
What's that?
I resemble that remark.
So when they come in and they ask, can I ask you one question?
Joel says, can I ask you a question? I said, no. And he said, I'm
No,
gonna
no.
ask it anyways.
It's a $10 bill if you say no and
you
you
look
still
them
have.
square in the eye and you tell them, you may ask me a question and you've already done it.
And be done with it.
Your quota has been exceeded.
That is $25 a question.
So, while he's signing that one, Joel,
Yes.
call me or text me when you're ready to go take a walk out to the tennis courts.
What's your availability?
From 4 a.m. until 7:30 when I go to work, and then after 4 p.m. on nights that I'm not
Fine.
doing this.
So you're not available during the day, basically.
So I work Monday through Friday from 7 to 4:30, and I am tied to my desk with a tether.
I did go out and look at it the other day. I couldn't see the fabric that you were talking about, but it's really, it needs redone. I mean, there's so many cracks everywhere.
At this point, it's no longer salvageable. That's what
Yeah.
the quote companies have already told us. So that we were told it was a complete tear down, and unfortunately that is what it is.
Yeah. I
What's the
mean,
price of that
if the-
gonna be, do you know?
$180,000.
Yeah.
If the Land and Water Conservation Fund still exists, they have grants up to $50,000. We could get some other grant money. We could cut into that seriously. But yeah, it
I
needs
got
done.
$12,000. That's all I got so far.
Well, that's pretty damn good. But that is, I've been over there myself. I mean, even the fencing, everything. It's almost to the point where it's dangerous. Jagged.
The other big
I
funder
know.
for that,
It is still. I've got to go down and take a look at it, and I think it's going to be just fine for this year.
yeah.
But after this,
The
I'm not
other-
going to guarantee it.
The other big funder for that is the VOREC, the same grant that bought us the deck. If they ever to fund that, that's up to 50 grand too.
Yeah, I'm going
So-
to bat my eyes and look real cute.
There you go.
Better smile too.
You all signed?
Yep, we're all set. We'll move it on if we can. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting, please.
I'll make a motion. We approve the minutes to the previous meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
I
Aye. Approved. Thank you very much. And I don't see any excuse for any executive session.
We just
Okay.
go back to the fire board.
Yep, that's coming under other business right next, Bill, and we'll let you speak to that. All right, and other business, go ahead and speak away.
Okay, well, I wrote up the ordinance over. I only changed section 3 of it. To do burn barrels, burning grass, and things like this. The reason for the burning grass is so I wouldn't get away and go into a forest fire.
So the copy that I received
Is
appears
it-
to have some gaps. Oh, where did it go?
It's not the burn barrels that are the problem. It's what they burn in the burn barrels. I mean, you should be able to
Right.
have a burn barrel, but you can't burn the wrong stuff in it. That's the problem we have.
Yeah,
People
but it's a
burning
hard job to
plastic
tell
in it.
what's in the burn barrel, Joel, if you're letting them burn in a burn barrel.
I don't know if
So-
you have the authority to go on somebody's
No,
property just
That,
because you
that
see a
that's an
burn
EPA's
barrel.
EPA's.
So if we do away with them, then we don't have to worry about what they're burning in them.
They're already banned by the state of Vermont. We don't have to call them out separately. They're banned by the state of Vermont.
Barrel.
I don't think they are right now,
Yes, they are. They've been banned since the 90s.
because the last I knew they weren't. And that's just lately.
So my question is who has the authority to issue the penalties? Because there are penalties here.
It will be the
Warden?
sheriff's department and stuff, and
So-
that's what it says on there.
They won't enforce our local ordinances. They've already told us
Right.
that, haven't they?
Yes, they have. And then it does state that there is no verbal permits, written permits. So where is our permit form?
Walt Driscoll and Rick Hannick has the permits forms, and them are the two that you have to go through to get a burn permit.
The form should be attached to the ordinance.
I can get you a copy of the form.
And then there was has this been ran by the sheriff?
No,
So we should probably do that before.
but Rick it has been run by Rick.
Okay. And Walt?
Walt said he didn't want anything to do with it.
So that's part of the problem. If our fire warden isn't going to issue a permit, then we can't require a permit.
Well, he'll issue permits, but he didn't want anything to do with writing the ordinance up.
But he has to be aware of the ordinance.
Yes,
I think there's still, like, even when I look at and maybe it's just a formatting thing, it looks a little funky, so it probably needs to be cleaned up a little bit before it can be adopted. And then it's 180 days after it gets adopted?
Yeah.
No, it's 66, I think. I'm gonna have to check on
Where
that.
did I come up with
But you want to run
180?
this, you'll want to run this by an attorney before you.
Right. And like I know there's some information that I don't know if it's just the version that I have, but like statements like that need to be removed.
What's that?
It's like the Chat GPT type thing that was used to write it.
That must be just yours, and I will clean that up.
That is like there are thumbs ups and things like that on it.
They weren't supposed to be there, but yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot that has to be done.
I will go back into it and clean it up,
And it might just be a formatting.
Yeah,
Billy,
it's a format that I use.
Billy, would you mind sending a copy to me, please?
It's on its way over.
I thought it was all cleaned up.
Oh no, there's
No.
And I mean, I looked at the one that's on the Vermont Leagues of Cities and Towns, which looks like that's where you pulled a lot of that from, as opposed to starting with our old, and maybe they were the same thing.
I started with that old one.
Copy of the old one.
The old one was taken directly from VLCT as well.
Okay. Without the big thumbs though, right?
Yeah, without.
Yeah. We're just gonna take out the thumbs. We don't like thumbs.
I will take it out.
Yeah, I'll also make a couple more tweaks on it and send it back to you. And then it will have, I mean, obviously, if it's coming out of Vermont League Cities and Towns, there's a reason they have it written that way. So we just want to double check and then run it by
the enforcement thing.
Run it by our enforcer.
They may well review it for free. Their attorney staff, I think they might do our ordinance to make sure it's okay.
Run to the Vermont League.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just email it to info@vlct.org.
Okay.
And
I'll clean it up first, though.
Yeah.
And I'll take her 2 weeks and see what she's.
Okay, so be it. Bill, you all set then up with that?
Yep.
We're all good with that?
Well, that's why I wanted it brought up so we could rewrite it, redo it,
Well, we
do what we needed to do with it.
tweak it.
Yeah.
Tweak it. We'll talk about it again, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Any other business? Anybody else? Any other business? Joel, anything?
Got nothing.
Nothing at all? You bringing lunch to the workers on that bridge, I heard. Once they get started, keep them working.
Okay. Whatever you say, Mike.
That'll be nice when that gets started, huh? It's gonna be nice. People are excited out that way. Hopefully we get going.
Yep.
Not all of them. I'm surprised some of them are not excited at all.
They like quiet.
They don't, they're like, now it's going to be a through road again and there's going to be people driving.
They just don't like to take a ride around the town.
Yeah. They definitely will.
Good.
They'll
All
notice an
right.
increase, all right.
If there's any other business, can I look for a motion to adjourn, please?
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Second?
Oh, you want one of
You
these?
want to stay a while?
I'll second.
Motion's made. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Joel. Thank you.
It's freaking elbow.
And if you see things in there that you want to tweak,
Yeah,
just let me know.
I'll look at that.
And I'll get a good copy done and get it to.
Yeah.